Turning now to our nation's capital, where President Trump is praising his call with Russian President Putin yesterday. The two agreed to an immediate ceasefire on energy and infrastructure in Ukraine. Now, Ukrainian President Zelensky wants to talk about next steps, as he also seeks to learn more about yesterday's conversation. NBC's Alice Barr reports now.
President Trump in a new Fox News interview touting his nearly 2-hour phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Talked about a lot of things and toward getting it to peace.
Saying they have a very good relationship.
Putin actually said to me, if you're my friend, I'd hate to see you as my enemy.
President Putin agreed to stop attacking energy infrastructure targets in Ukraine for 30 days, in what the White House calls a first step toward the full ceasefire that Ukraine already agreed to.
Буде часу президента Трампа.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky saying he supports any proposal to end the war on his country, but needs more information and does not trust Putin. That, as the Kremlin said, it has a key condition, that foreign military aid and intelligence to Ukraine be cut off.
We didn't talk about aid, actually. We didn't talk about aid at all.
It all comes after violence exploded once again in the Middle East, with Israel resuming airstrikes on Hamas targets in Gaza, killing hundreds, according to the Hamas-run health ministry. Negotiations had stalled for the next phase of a fragile ceasefire deal, Israel blaming Hamas for rejecting proposals from a Trump administration envoy.
Hamas refused offer after offer to release our hostages,
and citing indications that Hamas militants were trying to rearm. The renewed fighting raising new fears for the family of American-Israeli hostage Idan Alexander.
Any military action will put remaining hostages in danger. No question about it.
The Trump administration standing with Israel amid escalating global tensions. Separately, Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts issued a rare rebuke of President Trump's calls for a district judge to be impeached over his attempt to block deportation flights of Venezuelan migrants the Trump administration says are gang members. Roberts saying the impeachment call is not an appropriate response to a disagreement over a judicial ruling, noting that's what the appeals process is for. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Alice, thanks. A federal judge is now blocking the Trump administration from banning transgender people from the U.S. military. In the ruling, the judge says the president's executive order likely violates the constitutional rights of transgender troops and suggests transgender persons are unfit to serve. It says, quote, no relation to fact. Well, the judge delayed the injunction until 10 a.m. on Friday to give the Trump administration time to appeal. Meantime, a federal judge is now also ordering all USAID systems to be reinstated after saying DOJ's dismantling of the agency likely violated the Constitution. The ruling now blocks Elon Musk and DOJ from asking for more cuts to the agency. It also requires the Trump administration to restore email and computer access to all USAID employees, including those on administrative leave.